So I think I'm stealing a little bit here from smarter people than me, but in my old days when I was Big Four, you're proudly Big Four, and anybody else that tries to do tax knows nothing, and law firms has got nothing to do with tax. That was my old Big Four days, and boy was that wrong, you know. And that's the way you're taught. That's all you know. And I think that the world has moved towards, we as a firm, we work with anyone. We consider ourselves more of a, I don't want to say we're like a Uber or Airbnb, but you will work with whoever that can give you benefit to your clients. And it's no longer a game of, oh, only we know and they don't know and you must use us, and if you with us, we hate all the rest, or vice versa. We were in the UK and Isle of Man recently, which guys that you know, we met that in the old days you would not meet with, because the world has changed, where you said, listen, if you've got a speciality in something and I've got a speciality in something else, there's no reason why you work together in a collaborative way. And I think if you isolate yourself, for example, you do not have a strong segment to your business, the client's need's not going to go away. They're just going to go to somebody else that can offer that. And before you know it, that guy says, well, why don't you work with this accountant or this practitioner or this financial advisor or this offshore provider? Because guys are grouping together in terms of where there's strength. So from a tax practitioner perspective, I think that there will be what I call the old video stores. You know, the guys still sell videos. They've done it for how many years? There's no change in them. But I do think that the place is evolving, and I do think we see it very often in our business where our clients are becoming highly educated on tax because of AI, ChatGPT, very good source information out there, good media out there, where in the past you would consult on something, and now a guy says, no, I know all of those things already because I'm not wealthy because I can't research. I've researched myself. I've got a high degree of knowledge myself already.
Just to add to that, I think you can see in the world, we've gone to specialization to super specialization. So if you want to standardize, in fact, 20 years ago, okay, being a tax person is special enough. That's what you're saying. But today, it's not about, okay, sure, you can look at the Act, you can look at AIT, you can look at all these things. You're going to read, right? That's what you're saying. So we sit down, being a person, and I'm going to sit and read. The bottom line is, do you really have experience doing it? So the SARS office, like, yes, there are a bunch of requirements there. Which ones count? Which ones don't? Okay. What happens when it counts and it shouldn't count? You know, what's the latest lore? And so you need to have a boutique firm. Whatever you're doing, you have to have the people who have done that. So if I'm a merger acquisition specialist, I shouldn't be in the wealth space. I mean, I can be after 6 months or a year, but if I've been practicing merger and acquisitions, I know everything about that, and I know the day-to-day detail and the people involved. Part of this is what's happening in the wealth space is, what he's telling us, you got to get the money through the bank. It's a proactive thing. So if I want to move, forget this fancy structure. Can I just move the money? And if I don't know how to deal with the small little wrinkles, the small little things, it's suddenly going to get jammed up. And then I'm going to be crying to Mark King and then nobody's helping me, when if I knew what I'm doing, I can get around all of that. And so you really need a super specialist and a firm that knows how to handle each of those special areas. And that's why the days of, well, we do mergers, we do international, we do VAT, we do all of this, that's a bread and butter business, and it works for certain companies. But generally, you need a specialist.